Hello and welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm your host, Dr. Rita Louise, and thank you all for tuning into the show today. So what a week. I'm going to say the last 2 weeks. I don't know about you, but I think they've been very challenging. Not quite sure what's in the air, but it's not lavender. How's that? So today's topic is, if I can get my cursor to work, is I'm going to talk about hope, the concept of hope, the good part of hope and the not so good part of hope. And it's the not so good part of hope that I have been hitting very hard myself, and it has not been fun. But I think we have all been in the place where we do hit the hard part of hope. So hope is a feeling that we end up with the feeling that we can improve ourselves, that if we persist, if we keep trying, if we do more, that there's so much more that we can do and achieve the things that we are hoping for. It's a belief that your future will be better than today. That is, if you can make things happen. But hope is more than just a fleeting feeling or a simple wish. It's a powerful cognitive motivational state that shapes how we approach life, set our goals, and maintain our drive to achieve them, even when the going gets tough. And so we've all had that experience where there's something challenging going on in our lives. And we know that if I do this, and if I achieve this, and if I kind of put my head down and keep moving forward, I'm going to get to that magic play, the eye in the sky. And that's one of the things that hope does, is it gives us the feeling that things are going to be okay. Like, if I do this, things will be okay. But what happens when what you're hoping for is really hopeless? That the changes you want to accomplish can't be achieved, and all the time, energy, and emotions you're putting into creating a better tomorrow are really for naught. What happens? Can hope become less of an empowering force and more of an anchor, preventing you from moving forward? You know, we end up with this thought that says, if I push through a little longer, if I try a little bit more, if I meditate and vision board and do all these things, it will get better. But what if it doesn't get better? And this is the kind of hope that can prevent you from acknowledging what is really going on. That the job that you have is never going to meet your needs, that the relationship you're in is never going to get better or be the source of your happiness. And think about that, especially in the relationship space. You know I have my like dumb girl club girls out there where you're in, and guys too, where you're in a relationship and you try and you tolerate and you put up and you try to change in order to make the other person happy, so that the relationship will be better, with the hope. I mean, and I'm saying that with the hope of, if I do this, it will get better. And so many people get stuck, and I'm going to say in relationships, but it happens in jobs, it happens in projects we might be working on, with that hope, in the hope that it's going to get better. And that is the emotional trap that hope can create for you. Um, and I didn't write down where this quote came from, so forgive me. But hope is like a weaker form of expecting something. When you expect something, you're sure it will happen, or you hope for sure that it's going to happen. But when we hope for something, we have no idea if it will happen, but we would like for it to happen. This kind of hope, this wishing, this desiring, this expecting kind of hope keeps you tethered in a cycle of dissatisfaction and burnout where you're expending all of your energy waiting for change instead of seeking a healthier, more fulfilling opportunity for yourself. And recognizing this dynamic, recognizing that the situation is hopeless, that the relationship is hopeless, that this job is hopeless, can be the turning point of the situation, giving you the opportunity to let go of the false hope that you're holding on to and move forward to a future that supports your well-being and growth and maybe just a little happiness. So here's some bullet points, and they're the 4 potential downsides to hope. Hope can come loaded with expectations. Expectations are actually premeditated. They're actually premeditated resentments. I didn't really get that one. Hope can be a way to avoid feeling something painful, preventing us from feeling sadness, thus keeping us stuck under a warm blanket. We can cling to hope and even become addicted to it, preventing us from taking action towards something new. And that's the key piece, keeping us from action towards something new. And hope can be a shiny lacquer masking fear and uncertainty, attempting to restore a false sense of control. So those are the 4 psychological downsides of hope. When we let when we let go of this kind of false hope, we're instantly free to think about other things instead of continually trying to force things to move in the direction that we want. Giving hope up it doesn't mean that everything's lost. It means a new beginning, a new start, a new adventure. And because you're letting go of what you've been doing. So if you're clinging on to something, hoping against all odds that it's going to change, it's time to let it go. Through it, we can empty ourselves of our preconceived ideas about how things should be and just be. And you never know. It might be better than you expected. But I want to share a story. I mean, and I'll just be real. I have a lot of stuff going on in the background in my personal, professional life that I'm just choosing not to share here at the moment. But I have a client, actually it's my client's daughter, but she's a client too, who had this job, and the job required her to work like in the morning on this day and in the evening on this day, and would have like Monday and Thursday off, I mean, just weird hours, doing the like, you have to open and then you have to close. And she was the manager. And there was just a ton of pressure. And health-wise, she wasn't doing that great. And she was totally stressed out all the time. And I kept telling her, it's like, maybe you should let go of that job. But she wouldn't let go of the job because it paid good money, and she hoped that if she stuck with it, it would calm down and get better, which it didn't. But then she got let go, and so she was all stressing out about that, and so I was talking to her, and I was like, but they did you a favor. They let you go. They did something for you that you would have been unable to do for yourself. And I said, and it really like shifted her energy because she knew, because it was me and she knew I was right. And the interesting thing is within 2 weeks, maybe 3, it was a very short time. It gave her a chance to discharge. It gave her a chance to like spend some quality time with her son. I mean, all this stuff. And she ended up getting a job where she was working 9 to 5, and the job was like 10 minutes away from her house. And so it was closer. It had better hours. She wasn't working weekends. She could spend time with her son. She was making as good money. I mean, it was just like win, 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 win once she got to let go of that other job. Now, granted, she didn't let go of it herself, but that's okay because they made it happen for her. So that's all good. It's all good. Anyway, guys, so before I kind of switch over and start taking your readings, this show is brought to you by soulhealer.com. So if there's going on in your life, you know, and you're maybe feeling hopeless, or you're in a relationship and you don't know what to do with it, and you need some guidance and insights, you know, should I stay or should I go? And if I do stay, what do I need to do? You know, those are the times that you should reach out to me and schedule a private consultation. And you can do that by going to my webpage, soulhealer.com. This show is also brought to you by, hang on one second, Institute of Applied Energetics. That's appliedenergeticsinstitute.com, where you can learn to become a medical intuitive counselor, or energy medicine practitioner, all from the comfort of your home. And to start your journey, you can download my free Jumpstart Your Intuition guide, and that's at appliedenergeticsinstitute.com. And if you're listening to the show in a repeat form, you're on Rumble, you're on BitChute or Substack, and any of those formats, and you want to join the live chat, please come to Just Energy Radio on YouTube Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central. Enjoy the fun. Get a free on-air psychic reading. And just before I go, hey guys, anybody that's watching this, I would just really appreciate it if you would like or subscribe or connect with my different social media things. One of the things I've been doing is I've been posting a lot to Substack. And so that's at Dr. Rita Louise at Substack. So if you're not one of my followers or subscribers, I'd appreciate you.